Wayne, what's up, bro?
What up, man? How you doing?
All good. All
Thank
good.
you.
Man, the honor and the pleasure and the privilege is mine. I got to preface with this because what they don't know is that we don't actually have a relationship, a long-standing relationship. I know you watched the sports show, but then I got a text less than a week ago from you, and you like, hey, let me know when you have 5 minutes. I call you, and you said I wanted to talk. Why you want to be here today?
Figuring I can help, hoping I can help anyone else out there who's dealing with any mental health problems by just like you said earlier, by being vulnerable. Mm-hmm. But to me, I look at it by being brave and stepping up.
When did you check the temperature of yourself? When did you realize, you know what? I might have some mental health issues that I have to work through.
Oh, I realized that at a very young age.
When would you say they started? 13, 14?
Young, yeah, as a kid, around 10. Feeling like you, when I was told that I couldn't have what I wanted, what I dreamed of, and what I desired, and that was to rap. Mm-hmm. I was willing to die for it.
What was the moment that you realized, oh no, this is a mental health issue?
Once my thoughts got radical and got, to where you got to stop yourself and stop and pause and say, what did you just think again? Or even if you cried yourself to sleep with that thought on your mind and wake up the next day and be like, I cannot believe I was thinking like that.
Thoughts like what?
Thoughts like killing yourself.
You thought about killing yourself?
Well, actually, when I was 12 years old, school year was kind of ending. So what the school was doing was they was giving us half days on a Thursday and a Friday. It may have been a Wednesday as well, but what I would do was just tell my mom that I only had a half a day on one of those days. So therefore I stayed out the rest of the whole day, just like it was a full day. She found out. And so when I got home, on that thing, it was that Friday, whatever, I got home, got a phone call from my aunt, was like, she found out, boy, you about to get your ass kicked, and all that rapping and all that, she about to take that rap folder, she about to throw that shit away, she about to, and I was like, wow, so all that had built up to me, so that was a build up. I just listened to her, listened to my aunt, like, I hear you. Main thought was, I'm gonna show you.
What were you gonna show her?
So, I picked up the phone, I called the police. Yes, I knew where she kept her gun, and it was in her bedroom. And so I went in her bedroom, grabbed the gun. I already made the phone call. Looked in the mirror, did like that. Of course, it was like, oh no. Cause I got a little too scared. That was my head, like, no. But then I said, fuck it. Biggie was on. I'm looking in the mirror, so you could look through the mirror, and the television was behind me. So I was watching the video through the mirror. One More Chance was on, and I think Biggie was already gone or something, so I was just looking, and it was like, you know what? Start thinking again, had to get myself mad and notice that I didn't have to. That's what scared me. How I know I had mental health problems was I pulled the trigger.
You actually pulled the trigger?
Yeah, I pulled the trigger.
Where'd you shoot?
In my chest. Didn't feel a thing from my heart, and didn't feel a thing though, so I wasn't going through any pain. It was a shock. I woke up to to the police knocking, and that's what woke me up. Mind you, the walls, the ceilings and the walls were white like this. So when I'm on my back, when you're looking up, my eyes probably were open the whole time. I didn't know, I probably had to click. As a kid, all you remember is you see when you die, you're gonna see the white and you're gonna have, well, I thought that was the white, the last one, the God I did. And so then that's when with that knocking woke me up out of that. The knocking, they kept knocking, but then they stopped. And once they stopped knocking, I said, okay, they must have left. It took too long. It took too long for it, meaning death. It took too long. So I was still just laying there. I didn't feel a thing. I said, shit, I said, I'm here for a reason. Had on like my little school shirt, so therefore it was cotton and we had wood floors. So I'm saying that to say, because of the blood was pouring out of my chest so much, that it made it easy for me to slide with my shirt in the wood across the floor. I made it all the way there. Only energy I had left was to kick the door. And I started hearing them go crazy, like, someone's in there. They saw me, they as in the cops, they saw me just jump clean over me and went through the house talking about, I found the drugs, I found the gun, I found it. So I'm doing all that. And so it took a guy named Uncle Bob. And he ran up there. When he got to the top of the steps and saw me there, he refused to even step over me. One of them yelled like, "I got the drugs." And that's when he went crazy. He was like, "I don't give a fuck about no drugs." He's like, "Do you not see the baby on the ground?" And funny that I kept trying, I was spitting all in his face, blood, everything. All I was trying to tell him was, "I'm not a baby." Because he kept, "Do you not see the fucking baby on the ground with this hole in his chest?" He was screaming at him, and it was like, I guess, I didn't know he was, so he must have been the sheriff or boss, because they all came out the other rooms like, "Oh, sorry, boss, we called the ambulance." Or he's like, "I don't give a fuck, do you," like, so he called like one of them names, last name. "Your car now." Picked me up, bought me, and just kept telling me some shit like, "You're not gonna die on me, you're not gonna die on me." The whole time, I am trying to tell him I'm not a baby. That's what I told him for 30 minutes straight. And so he got me to the hospital. He brought me there. He never even checked it. He just left me, made sure I was good. I met him years later, but he was like, I just wanted to say, I'm happy to see that I saved a life that mattered.
What would you say kept you alive that day, in that moment?
God, plain and simple, plain and simple.
Why did you feel the need to be so extreme? For those that are battling mental health issues, it appears that you trying to take your life was really just a cry for help. Mm-hmm. Could you not use your words? Were you tired of using your words? Were your words not gonna get the point across?
The words weren't even be able to be said or able to be spoken. You don't, my mom, the way she was then, or you don't speak in that, ladies. You don't speak about, you don't tell her your opinion. What? I wish. I'm from one of them families where, your mama kick your ass and straight up, and you don't talk back, and you feel what I feel, and none of that didn't go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also I had no father. My father wasn't around, so my mom definitely felt that she had to wear the pants, and she had to be the dad and the mom, so she was a little extra on everything. She had to just to make sure she got her point across and make sure I ain't try to run over her. And so again, words that was again the loneliness. So when you have no one to vent to, no one to get this out to, mm-hmm. You can't bring it to your friends at school. You're still trying to be cool to them. You're not trying to let them know that I got something going on at home. So what I never said was, so the mom that I knew before that day on my life and everyone's life in here have never met or seen or heard that lady again in my life. So I didn't die that day, but somebody was gone from, she's never been that way. So as far as the parents out there, obviously that was an eye-opener for her. And what she decided to do was, I'll let my flower grow.
Got you. So that incident changed her.
Everything. Changed life for her, I, and our whole family.
As you got more popular, as you got more loved, did the mental health issues go away?
They didn't go away, but they come in a different way because of the maturity. So of course they're gonna hit different, they're gonna actually hit harder.
How so? Because what can truly hit harder than an individual wanting to take their life?
That thought never came. Other than that, man, just being alone all the time. My grandmother raised me, rest in peace, Mercedes Carter. She raised me, so with that said, I always had time to myself. I'm always in the back room somewhere alone with myself, and too much time to think and too much time to compare.
How could you be that popular but still feel alone?
When I say alone, I mean, again, when those doors close. When the lights come after the thank you, you got the homies, then you get to the bus, and then y'all boys good, blah, blah, whatever, and then them doors close. And there's nobody that no one know you. And then again, you create these things, and here again, it's mental health. Because none of these perspectives or none of these opinions or decisions or things you're thinking or thoughts may be true at all. It's what you create in here because of your situation. And again, so you start to think, well, do anyone actually care? Will it matter when it's all over? Will I matter? And that's always the question. Mm-hmm. well, will you matter when it's all over? Will you matter? Not the things you've done, the things you've done for everyone else, but will you actually matter to them, but most of all to you?
At the height of you being a star, what was the lowest point of your career?
Not being able, that's a good question. When I was going through this situation with my record label and they wouldn't allow me to put an album out or put any music out. So when you compare that to whatever my mental health problem was back then, it was because I wasn't being allowed to do this, to be productive and be creative and to feel that I would love to do so.
How bad did that hurt you? What did that do to you mentally?
My reaction or my actions that I wanted to take was quit. I wanted to retire.
But now when you were closer to what would have been 32, you had a healthier response,
of course,
to not being able to do music.
Yeah.
How or why were you able to have a healthier response?
When I know that this is a dream again, I could never be too greedy. So I started looking at it that way, like, you know what, this is your sign, this is all it is. It's your sign saying that you've done enough, you've been blessed, over blessed, and so, that's it.
Are you happy with where you are now?
Actually, I'm so happy. Thank God. And it's simply because of being able to do what I love. And that's be productive and put some music out and help some people put music out and help people along the way. That's what I love. That's who I am. I guess simple cliche. That's who I was born to be.
Mm-hmm. What do you wish people knew about mental health?
What I wish they knew is that it's real. That is real. And there is no bar to measure how real. It's real. It's so real that we should only react in the realest way possible. We should remember it's not consider. And if you are a parent of a kid with a mental health problem or something, you think, like I say, even if you think, react with the realest reaction. I ain't saying be like my mom, but all I know is from that day forward, I've never seen or met that lady again. That was the realest reaction she could have gave.
Lil Wayne, Mama, I'm proud of you. You done came so far. I can't wait for your album to come out. A lot of people ask me when it's coming out. They can't wait for your album to come out. I'm just proud of you. You's my rock. You've always been my rock. Mom, love you. I love you. You take care of me and my son, your little brother. We not wanted for nothing. I thank the Lord every day for keeping us on this earth and in good health. I just pray things go well with you in life. But I thank the Lord because I know you have been through a lot that I don't even know about. Mama, love you. I love you, Dwayne, with all my heart. Use my life. I live for you. Could you make sure Mama's taken care of? I don't care if you don't have it. You're going to make sure I get it in the way. And no, you don't have it to give. And my son, somebody ain't want it for nothing. Anything somebody's called you for, you gonna make sure he get it. Your children ain't want it for nothing. You is a man. You're truly man. Mama, love you. I can't wait till your album come out because everybody asking about it, and I know it's gonna be a beautiful album. Love you, Dwayne.